going on, y'all? Afro Soldier here, kings and queens. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Today, this might be a little short video. I don't know. I might rush it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But this is all top of the dome too. Today what I want to talk about is why religion is a fox, and religion is a source of control, man. Like straight up, religion has been used to control people through decades. If you don't know, as you already know, religion was used to control slaves. You know, it was to instill fear in the fucking slaves, man. You know, they would go to hell if they didn't obey their masters, you know. Now, the thing you have to understand about the Bible, right? The Bible has been translated so many fucking times, alright? Think about it. I don't know how long the Bible was written, but let's look at it. Like in my last video, the English language is only 1,400 years old, right? So the Bible became the English language, King James version. The Bible actually came before the English language is even here, right? So there's no such name as God or Yahshua, because it never existed, you know, until 1,400 years ago. But the Bible has been translated so many times, and it's evident because language is only 200,000 years old. What that means, let me get this thoughts in order. What that means is, damn, I forgot what I was about to say. Oh shit, hold up. What that means is that the Bible had to be translated into a language that was suitable for everybody to speak. Now, for black people, the main language is English. Man, English isn't even our language. So let's just think, you know, about all the fucked up shit that white people have done in the past. What makes you think they wouldn't stop from translating a Bible into by creating a whole language that black people have to speak, but hiding the original text? If the Bible was even real, hiding the original scriptures and text in a totally different language. That's why I don't necessarily believe in religion, because it's been a source of control. It's been translated too many times, and from my eyes, it's not full of lies, but it can be manipulated to the point where it's just full of lies. Now, you have to understand that the Bible, it makes people believe in fake entities. Like really, it just makes people believe in fake entities. The purpose of this life that we are given is to believe in yourself. Understand that. It is to believe in yourself. Now, you think God or whoever, Yahshua, the creator, whatever the fuck, do you think that they would put us here to dick ride him our whole life? Do you really think, let's take another example. Do you really think that we would be sent to hell for some shit that we did in a time span of 70 to 80 years, nigga? Like, let's really think about it, you know? So you think we would spend hell, all of eternity in hell, which means forever and ever, eternity. You think we would really spend eternity in hell for some shit that we did in a lifespan of nigga 80, 90 years, bro? You know, it just don't make sense. It don't make sense. And I have a lot of friends actually who like to bring up the argument that, you know, science refutes the Bible. And I can kind of see where they're coming from, because I'm reading a book now of how it was a story. The book was called David and Goliath. Now, we all know the story, right? But they were explaining how Goliath was Goliath, right? Yeah, Goliath lost the fight. They were bringing up points as such as Goliath wanted David to come to him. But if Goliath was a 7-8 foot fucking giant and David was only like 5 feet tall, why wouldn't Goliath just rush over to him? And they were bringing up points, well, maybe he was blind. Maybe he was half blind, because it's not like they had glasses back in European societies. Maybe he was blind, you know, maybe he just couldn't see David all the way, so he wanted him to come to him. That way he didn't rush in there like an idiot and get put off guard. And that was just the point the book was making. Another point the book was making was David had somebody to carry his shield for him. So why would an 8 foot buff man, right, buff nigga, right, have to have somebody else carry his stuff for him, you know, and lead him into battle? They were bringing up again that maybe it was just because he was blind, but who knows, you know? Moses talking to the burning bush, that can be counted. If a nigga did that today, if a nigga said this bush is on fire and it's talking to me, that nigga would be labeled as schizophrenic. Let's be straight up. If a nigga walked on water, dog, nigga, if you saw a nigga walk on water and you said he walked on water, nigga, you could also be labeled as schizophrenic. You know? Now, I don't know if I want to get into the constellations and how the Bible has to do with astrology, because I cannot speak all that shit at the top of my head. I'm just saying the basic shit right now. Like, I don't write my shit down. I need to start writing my shit down so I can give you guys these like facts and shit. But I really just like to give y'all, you know, my views on things and how I picture things, and, you know, just the shit I know off the top of my head. That's why this might be a shorter video. Now, hold up. Give me another reason why I cannot have myself believe in religion, you know, any type of religion, is because it's all branches off of one thing. Nigga, at the end of the day, you know what? Every human, let's look at the similarities, right? I'm gonna use 3 examples. Computers. You have phones, you have tablets, you have MacBooks, you have PCs, you have Windows. They're all different species of computers. Not species, but they're all different versions of computers. Do you know what they share? Do you know the one thing they share in common? Is the fact that they all use the internet. And it may sound dumb, but just listen up. Now, we have blacks, you have whites, you have Mexicans, you have Hispanics, you have all these different types of races, right? You know what we share in common? We're human. And what I personally believe is that religion has been broken off into so many different categories. There's over like 400 plus different religions, you know, but the main ones, you know, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, Satanism, and it's a bunch of others. But in my eyes, they are the same fucking thing. You understand? Now, the reason I said that they are the same thing is because they all have life lessons to them, you know? And I think that's, you got to think, the tower, like, what was the tower that God, like, separated everybody from? Like, they were all worshiping false deities or something like that, and then he split everybody up, and that's how different languages got started. It was like at a tower or something. You have to understand that when you translate something, when you translate words, and you translate, like, readings and shit, it's not always going to be 100% perfect, and you're going to add your cultural spin on it. That's what you have to understand, cultural spins. Now, of course, religion is going to be the Chinese religion is going to be different from the Hindu religion. Or not the Hindu religion, the Christianity religion. The Hindu religion is going to be different from the Judaism religion. Of course, the people in the Bible are going to be Asian, like Buddha. The people in the Bible are going to be Asian. The people in Christianity are going to be white, because it's different cultural backgrounds. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. It's going to be different cultural backgrounds. Now, hold up, y'all. Somebody calling me. So when any time you're translating something, you're gonna add your cultural spin on it. That's just the way life works, you know. So in my eyes, there are so many religions, but they all share one thing: life lessons, you know, and morals, you know. In in the main religions, you know, thou shalt not kill, treat others with respect. That is one of the biggest things. That is one of the main things. You know, you always have these rules to live by. You know, you have the 10 Commandments, and then with Buddhism, you have like laws and shit. Even with the universe, you have laws of gravity and like laws of life and the transference of energy and metaphysics and all that shit. But what they all share is life lessons and bettering yourself. You know, no matter how much they were used to destroy people and to brainwash people, they were still used. They're still used. The main purpose was, I feel personally, was to better yourself, you know. And that's why more people are leaving things like Christianity and Judaism and shit like that and moving on to Buddhism and Hinduism, because, you know, it's more, like I said, Age of Aquarius, it's more spiritual, you know. They always say you should have a spiritual connection with God, but then when you understand what is God, who is God, you know, who is Christ, you know, and then you start to do your research and you look up spiritual this, spiritual that, how do I have a spiritual relationship with God, you start to see, you get introduced into things like astral projection, lucid dreaming, DMT, nigga, meditation. And then, of course, with looking up these type of things, you move on to different religions. And that's the thing. I personally have used religion. I've been through damn near all the not all the religions, but all the main religions as a stepping stone to really try to understand who I am. And that's what I think the biggest thing about religion is. So religion, in my eyes, is false, but it holds true. The idea of you believe in this or you're going to hell, that's not something I personally believe in. And like I said in one of my other I deleted that video. But to tell a child, right, to tell a 4-year-old child, you have to believe what mommy or daddy believes in, or you're going to suffer for eternity, and you're never going to see mommy and daddy again. That's scarring, bro. Do you know why Christians are so fucking devoted to what they believe in? Christians are so devoted to what they believe in because of the fact that it's a consequence. They feel as if it's a consequence for not thinking for yourself. And why would the Creator or God or whoever you believe in put you on the earth to think for Him? This nigga knows everything, dog. He knows that you're gonna have doubts at some point. He knows whether you're gonna convert from Christian to Buddhism. He knows this. So why would He make you suffer for some emotions and things that you cannot control? We've been led so far astray based on media and food and water and just brainwashing and language that it's like, the Creator should understand. He should understand what human nature has come to. Now, like I said, everything, you have to learn to take things with a grain of salt, right? You cannot just take everything for face value, because that is how you get controlled and that's how you get brainwashed. The point in life is to believe in yourself and to love yourself. That is how you make it. Do you understand why would after you die, you go straight to heaven? And there are multiple dimensions and universes that we can't even see, that we can't even travel to because of all this shit that's happening. Why astral projection should literally be something that's natural to us, but because of all these religious separations and divisions, it's something we can't do. Because like Christians drink wine. Wine is proven, if you're trying to astral project and meditate, you should not be drinking any type of alcohol. So that's the division there between spirituality between the universe and then spirituality between Christianity. It's like one race says something, the other race says something else, but then another race is doing something completely fucking different. And like X once said, though people fear what they cannot understand. People fear what they cannot understand, and that's what you have to understand. Oh, they on Discord and shit. Jason, give me 1 second. But yeah, people fear what they do not understand, man. And that's what you have to understand about religion. Now, peace, equality, and religion, they all go hand in hand. The point of religion was to better yourself and to have and to be, equal in things with other people. But how can we truly be equal when everybody has their own view on religion? There's so many different religions. Equality can never essentially exist because of religious backgrounds. Christians think that their God is better than the Hindu God or better than the Buddhist God. A lot of Christians think like this. A lot of Christians think that their God is better than any other religion and any other God, not knowing that these niggas are the same fucking thing. And when I say these people are the same thing, I'm like, I get that from Satanism. When you really start to look at it, when you really start to look at symbols, I actually have a book. Hold up, I'm gonna show y'all this book. If I got this book, y'all niggas need to check this shit out. It's called Supernatural Signs, Symbols, and Codes. But essentially, what the book is, it's just showing you the signs and codes that have been used in life, and the numbers and numerology and things like that. But Jesus and Satan are the same person. Understand that Jesus and Satan are the same person. And I'm gonna explain why. Hold up, let me just plug my phone back in. This shit charged. But I'm gonna explain why they are essentially the same person. Y'all ever seen this hand? No, I forgot how the hand sign go. It's like this hand sign or something. I don't remember. It's like a hand sign that Satan does, like the Baphomet head nigga with the horns and shit with the human body. Jesus does the same shit. The paintings of Jesus are doing the same shit. So even if Jesus and Satan weren't the same people, like same energies and same entities, nigga, they were created. The names were created by the same people. You understand that? Now, Jesus and Satan are energies. When you say Jesus, you even if you're not religious, you already think of holy and almighty and good, right? Because nothing is associated with Jesus' name as being bad. But when you say Satan, it holds a negative energy, you know? Now, and I don't crucify me this if I have any Chinese people watching, but in Chinese religion, you have yin and yang. Two, though it's white and black, right? One is, I think, one's supposed to make the represent the good in people, and one's supposed to represent the bad in people. Now, yin and yang, I don't know if I've said, delete that video. The story of yin and yang is, I think it was like, I'm gonna just go off the limb here. It was yin. You know how it's like in a circle, right? Yin is following yang, trying to eat and kill yang. That is the beginning of the story. After years and years of trying to catch up to Yang, Yin finally eats and kills Yang, or like he takes over Yang. But then after Yang is dead or he disappears, whoever the fuck it was, Yin doesn't have a reason to live. You understand that? And that's something that a lot of atheists face. You know, is they're always trying to. I'm getting off track, but yeah. Yin now doesn't have a reason to live. And the reason why that story is so significant is because that means it's kind of like subliminally showing you that everything is two of the same one. You know, God and Satan, right? Jesus and Satan, God and the devil, they can't live without each other. Because in order to have a good, you have to have bad experiences. You wouldn't even know that God was good unless you understood that Satan was bad. You wouldn't understand that Satan was bad unless you understood that God was good. You know? So it's two peas in a pod, right? You know, essentially, there's like two of the same things. And that's what you gotta understand about this. All this is like damn near the same thing, you know? You wouldn't know that a male is a male without a female being a female. You wouldn't know what the X chromosome is without the Y chromosome. Know what the Y chromosome is, you know, because you have to know the alphabet. You know, the X and Y, they're all part of every alphabet. Every letter is part of one thing, the alphabet. You wouldn't know that the X chromosome is the Y chromosome without knowing the alphabet in general. If that makes sense. I don't know if that was a good comparison or not, but. Like I was saying, a lot of atheists face this because it's like I'm gonna be straight up. A lot of atheists are depressed because they don't understand how to live life. You know, the majority of atheists, they don't know about any other religions for real. The main religions for them is Buddhism, Christianity, and what was it? Forgot it. But it was another religion. But atheists are often depressed because they can't live. It's like the yin and yang. You go sway. And I noticed because I used to be an atheist before, and I used to be extremely depressed about it because at one side I had God and, you know, like Christianity, and I was reassured that I would go to heaven if I believed in it and I followed it. But then again, you know, I had other religions that I wanted to explore because I wasn't sure, like Buddhism, but then again, I understood that you should be believing yourself. So I started to turn atheist. And this was before I found like all the spiritual content, the universe, and, you know, metaphysics and shit like that. I started to believe in self. But then, you know, I got skeptical. Like, yo, what if I'm really supposed to be believing in this shit? What if I really go to hell? You know? And when you say that you're atheist, like, you're not gonna believe in anything, that I feel like most atheists essentially think that by not believing anything, they're gonna stay in the same cycle, you know? Because look, if you believe in Christianity, you believe in reincarnation. If you believe in Christianity, you believe in reincarnation, because you die, right? You go to heaven. Of course, you become an angel. You're reincarnated into an angel, not on earth, but in a different realm. Now, what I want to go into now. No, I'm still on atheism, but yeah, a lot of atheists are depressed because of the fact that they don't know. You know, it's always a what if. You know, if I don't believe in this, I might go to hell. You know, if I do believe in this, I might go to heaven. Who knows? It's like they don't know, and they don't want to end up and you have a lot of atheists that are really good people, and they don't want to like feel like they're going to somewhere to suffer, and they understand that they're a good person, and I completely understand that. Now, what I was about to say, what I was about to get into, is that heaven and hell are not real places, because if so, Earth would be considered hell, dog. Earth would be considered hell. Now, heaven and hell are not real places, because heaven and hell are just mind states. Heaven and hell are simply just mind states. The reason I say that is because you have positive and negative everything. You have positive thoughts and you have a negative thought. Now, if you believe in the law of attraction and you believe in, manifestation, and that's where you're gonna get that from. You know, if you have negative thoughts, you're gonna manifest negative people. You're gonna manifest negative entities, and with Christianity, you can call those. You're gonna manifest demons. You know, it's different words for them, but they're all part of the same one. Energy, nigga. You feel me? But when you have negative thoughts, you attract negative entities. When you have positive thoughts, you attract positive entities. And I believe, and like what I believe in and shit like that, is that these thoughts are part of your mind states, because you have to get them from somewhere, dog. Heaven and hell cannot be a real place. There is no such thing under your feet, hell burning and shit, right? Like, just logically, that don't really make sense. You feel me? Like I said, why would you suffer for eternity over some shit you did in a few 30, 40, 50 years of your life? You feel me? Like, it don't really make sense, do it? But these are mind states, you know? I'm gonna use Tupac's line again, right? One of Pac's biggest lines is like, I'm gonna take it from Never Had a Friend Like Me, but it's like, something like that, something. He's like, getting mailed to the county jail, this is hell. And he always refers to prison as in being in hell, because in prison, your mind is trapped. You have your body, but your mind is trapped. Your body and your mind are both trapped in this prison system, and that's hell. To be trapped in your own mind is hell. How can someone classify something as hell without even being to hell? But hell, and that's because the hell is just mind states, you feel me? Simple as that. Now, that's when you get into shit like Christ consciousness. Now, I'm excuse me. I used to understand what Christ consciousness meant. I'm about to look this shit up though. But yeah, those are all just mind states, dog. Those aren't real people, dog. Now look, Christ, higher consciousness. Well, let me clear this fucking camera off real quick. I hope that's better. But Christ consciousness, if you don't know what it is, study it, look it up. High consciousness is the consciousness of a God, the part of the human mind that is capable of transcending animal instincts. The concept was significantly developed in German idealism and is a central notion in contemporary popular spirituality. Christ consciousness, it's telling you in that description that it's not a place. Christ is not a human. It's a mind-like. It's a mind state. You have Christ-like energy. Like when you practice semen retention, you gain Christ-like energy. You gain the energy of creation, because when you can, like, if my man, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, when you jacking off and shit, like, then you get brain fog. You can't think straight. That's not, you don't have to embody. You're not embodying the spirit of Christ. And what that means is you don't have his energy. Christ, God and Christ, they're able to create. That is what they're able to do. When you retain your semen, your nut, right? You are able to create and help push your reality. But I'm not gonna get into semen retention. But that's where that comes from. Higher consciousness, Transcending is a form of meditation. Transcendental meditation, look it up. Transcending is a form of meditation. So when you transcend the animal instincts, what you are doing is you're lifting your mind state. You are getting out of the devilish, hellish mind state. So it's a lot more to religion. You just have to do your research. I'm just giving you guys the basis. I ain't have a lot of time for this video. This is another 25-minute video. I hope y'all liked. I hope y'all enjoyed. Subscribe, share this motherfucker, bro. You know, because as I grow, you know, my knowledge is gonna grow. You know, I hope my channel can grow. I'm not really in this shit for the money, nigga. I'm in this for y'all. So, you know, share this shit. You know, and let's all get right. You know, keep your heads up, keep your guns stuck. Don't give a fuck, and do not buy into the propaganda. Love y'all.